y'all. Hey, how you doing? Listen, okay. On today's episode, I am calling James and Fuhad of Shits and Giggles. Please come to the front of the congregation. James and Fuhad to the front of the yes, to the front of the conversation and the congregation. So let's begin, y'all. Okay. So, for those of you who do not know this dynamic duo we see here, their names are James and Fuhad. I believe Fuhad is the dark skinned one, and of course, James is the light skinned one. And they have a podcast, a very popular, wildly popular podcast slash I don't know, social media channel, whatever, called Shits and Giggles, where, they'll and I've been following them now for maybe a couple years. I followed them, yeah, kind of from the beginning when they were still working their normal jobs, and now they have blown up. And so they will post content, reading stuff off funny things off of like social media posts, and it's just like a podcast. They talk about different things and they laugh a lot. And that's why I like their channel, their content, because I'm always laughing. So let's take a look at some of their content, shall we? Let's go. Instead of me trying to explain it. Let's see here. This is funny, so listen to this. Put the volume up.
My pussy gets mad wet for a guy who can speak Spanish. Reply, bonjour. Maybe if you suck dick the way you suck the fun out of shit, you still have a man. Your brain is computed.
Yeah, you can't say that to another human
Your
being.
brain is computed.
I'm pretty sure I'd lose my life if I said that to someone.
It's over. Reply. But you said only death could part us. Response. We did not specify whose death would part us. Anyway, I just lost my granny. It's over. My pussy gets mad.
All right. So stuff like that. They post, just different funny clips. All right, from their show. So now, as of late, I think, so honestly, I think the Black community here, not a lot of us in the United States, and I don't know if I mentioned they're from the United Kingdom, they're from the UK, they're British, they're from Europe. Okay. I don't think they were wildly popular with Americans, especially Black Americans, until recently. And they went on a tour. Let me see if I can find a video of their tour. And I think that skyrocketed them. A lot of times they will sing, they play and sing along to a lot of R&B music, during their tours. So naturally, I really think that that's why they have grown in popularity, especially with Black women, Black American women, I have to specify. So let me see if I can find a recent video of their tour. I mean, the tour just happened like a couple of months ago. All right, so I think this is from August. So this is recent. I don't know where. Oh, New York City, I guess. I'm not sure. Go watch. All right. All right, let me cut this off before you two try to. Okay. So this is their show. It's live, it's lit. They're playing hip hop, they're playing R&B. So naturally, okay, Black people, especially Black Americans, will gravitate to them. All right. So now they are in hot water. And let me play a clip of, explaining why they are in hot water now.
So James and Fuhad from the Shits and Gigs podcast, they have been losing a lot of fans because people are getting the sense that they don't like Black women, at least not sexually attracted to them. Because they said they went to Atlanta for 4 days and didn't find any beautiful women. Now that is crazy. That is crazy. You went to Atlanta for 4 days and didn't find any beautiful women. And no, they didn't say Black women specifically, but we're talking about Atlanta here. What the fuck you think they was talking about? But to be anywhere for 4 days and not find any beautiful women is crazy. You could have went to a forest in fucking Kansas and ran into a bad bitch. But Atlanta, the same Atlanta I'm thinking about, Atlanta, Georgia. What the fuck? And to be honest, I never thought they really fucked with black women like that. That's not, that I'm not surprised. Like from the first 10-second clip I seen of these guys, I never thought that they was all about black women at all. But a lot of their fan base is black women. The thing is that you can find someone attractive even if they're not your type, even if they are only attracted to Hispanic or white or whatever the fuck. Like you can still say someone is attractive even if they're not specifically your type or you're sexually attracted to them. Hell, I can find a guy attractive. That don't mean I want to fuck him. But like I said, I never thought they liked black women. Even when they said this clip, I thought y'all saw this one.
Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. What's your favorite?
We love them all.
Yeah.
Oh really?
We love them all.
Yeah.
That means white.
Nah.
That means white. Hey, let me get a translation.
Kendrick fans, get it!
Shit, that's what gave it away for me. But what y'all think? So James and Fuhad.
Okay, so you heard that. They were on a podcast recently, and I guess they were talking about their visit to Atlanta. I'm not sure when this happened or if they had a show, but so you know what? Let's watch together what was said. It's the volume's kind of low. So I'm going to see if you guys can hear this, or I'll try to narrate and explain what they said. Here we go.
In Atlanta, I've seen the least baddies so far.
Oh, thank God.
He said in Atlanta, he has seen the least baddies so far.
We ain't from here.
I'm a Texas girl. You ain't offending me.
You see, they ain't think you see.
We've still got a couple days. Maybe we'll find out. But yeah. I've seen like 2 or 3.
Hey, but what is y'all's type though?
Bad is the type. Facts.
So what makes a girl bad?
It varies. It matters how you own it. It can be a skinny girl who wears the fuck out of being a skinny girl. And then you got a thick thing who just owns the shit out of being a thick thing.
The volume is so low.
That's a PR answer.
A PR answer.
They're all beautiful. If you have,
I'm not saying everyone's beautiful. I just told you Atlanta's clap. I never said everyone's beautiful. I just said I'm not seeing anybody here.
So he basically said Atlanta is clapped, meaning that must be some kind of British term. I don't know, but he's saying he has not seen any baddies in Atlanta, maybe 2 or 3.
Funny about Atlanta though, Atlanta has a lot of transplants. So a lot of the people that live here, like you rarely run into people when you're out and stuff that are from Atlanta. Like the real Atlanta people, they be in the trenches, like off of Cascade.
we about to get jumped next time we go
Off
out.
of Cleveland Ave, that's what they be.
Get
What?
jumped. We live here, man.
I don't go to Cleveland Ave. I'm not getting jumped.
So here are some comments.
In Atlanta, I've seen the least baddies.
All right. So I hope you
Thank
guys can
God we
hear
have-
that. He basically said they've been in Atlanta. They have not seen any baddies. And the girls are like, I'm not offended. I'm from Texas, which is a stupid. I mean, listen, he could be talking about Texas too. Atlanta is mostly African Americans, right? In Atlanta. Okay. So a lot of people are upset and they are losing followers because basically Atlanta is a black mecca, and their answer insinuates, I'm not saying it's true, but it insinuates to their fans and their viewers that they are not attracted to black women, right? Because how could you be in Atlanta and not see any baddies, right? All right, here's my take on this. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. And I will tell you why in a second. But first, let's talk about Atlanta. Atlanta is a thriving metropolitan area and the outskirts of Atlanta. I have been to Atlanta about 3 or 4 times. And recently I was in Atlanta maybe a few weeks ago, because my parents have since relocated to Atlanta. So I was the one that facilitated the selling of their home here in the Northeast. I live in the New York tri state area. And I also, coordinated the purchase of their new home in the Atlanta area, right? When I tell you, like, Atlanta is a whole different vibe. If I could right now, I would move to Atlanta. The airport is a buzz of Black people working. Everyone is just properly dressed. They're beautiful, they're hospitable, they're nice. Just everywhere you go, there's just I listen, I grew up in suburban Connecticut. It is freaking white in Connecticut. In Georgia, I've never seen so many Black people in my life, honestly. Like, and I immediately felt comfortable. My parents said they immediately felt comfortable. The hospitality is different. Listen, up here in New York tri-state, we are mean. People are mean. People have attitudes. But down there, people are talking to me. Hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm fine. Okay, stop talking to me. It was hard to get used to, but the more I was down there, like, it even brought out the friendliness out of me. So listen, that's one experience. That's my take on Atlanta. Secondly, the second take, when I tell you Black people are flourishing also in Atlanta. Our realtor was Black. Okay. The people we bought the home from, and it's in a beautiful neighborhood my parents moved to, a multicultural. When I tell you these neighborhoods and subdivisions are beautiful, we don't have that shit here in the New York tri state area. If they do, very few pockets. I've never seen subdivisions like I've seen in Georgia. I've never seen them up here. Beautiful, well kept, well maintained, huge homes. And the people we bought it from were so happen to be Black. The real estate attorney was Black. The people's realtor was Black. The insurance agent was Black. And when we got to the closing, the lawyer's office, the attorney's office mostly was Black. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, what the hell? And there were just goodies on the table. I couldn't believe it. There was a basket of like cookies and snacks and candies. And then there was a whole thing of soda. I was like, what is this? They're like, oh, that's for you. I said, wait, what? They're like, oh, yeah, that's for you. Have some. And on the screen, it had my parents' name, the buyers of the home and the sellers of the home, and congratulations. I've never seen, listen, I've bought and sold homes up here in the Northeast. It was a very sterile transaction at the lawyer's office. Down there, no. When I tell you they bring the Southern hospitality, and the lawyer, the attorney she was dressed so nice. The real estate agent was dressed so nice. My agent, he was suited up, dressed nice. Just listen, when I tell you Black people are doing the damn thing down there. Many successful Black people, and that's what my real estate told me. I even spoke to the person who was taking care of my parents' auto and home insurance. She was Black as well. She said, yeah, come by and see us at the office. Yeah, come by. Yeah, come see. I was just like, yo, we don't have that up here in the Northeast. So, number one, I'm surprised that they didn't capture the full essence of Atlanta. I don't know, because Britain can be very sterile as well. People are very, they have that British stiff upper lip. We have a Northeastern stiff upper lip too. Georgia is on a whole other, like, it is different. And I'm surprised that James and Fuhad didn't capture that essence. Number three, sorry. people in Atlanta, you got that real southern like women. Okay, I know there's a lot of BBLs. Like, I had never seen a BBL before till I got to Atlanta. I never ever saw one before in person until I got to Atlanta. So you do see a lot of that, but it's not the overwhelming majority. Overwhelming majority of women down there are the black women, especially, they're fit. You have heavy set people, yes, but that's everywhere. America is an unhealthy country, but for the most part, they are naturally fit, naturally thick. Listen, that is Southern comfort food, cornbread fed, right? That's what you see in the South. I see it in Florida. I see it everywhere in the South. Okay. So my whole point in explaining that, number one, they're probably not used to the friendliness and the hospitality of Georgia, because European culture is very sterile. It's very sterile. We all know that. That, like I previously said, British stiff upper lip. And now here's my point why I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that they may not find black women attractive or might not be into black women. All right. In Europe, most black people, like, your chances of being involved in an interracial relationship is like sky high, like higher than the United States. Here, we're still a bit, I don't want to say segregated, but black women especially, we stick to our own kind when dating. This whole divesting movement is as of late. Yes, you do have a lot of black women who are married or involved with men of a different race than they are. But for the most part, black women really stick to their own kind, okay? In Europe, that's different, y'all. That's not the case. First of all, the EU, European Union, is not just the UK. You have all of the other European countries. You have Spain, France, Portugal, you have Germany, you have Switzerland, you have Italy. Like, the European Union is massive. Massive. Number one. Number two, it doesn't take much to travel to all those other countries. You have the TGV, the Train de Grande Vitesse. That's in France. That'll take you to, I believe it'll take you all around Europe. Or I think a flight is not expensive at all. If you need to fly somewhere, I think a flight $50-$60 and you're in another country. It's not a lot of money to move around. So that's why, you do have large influxes of other countries. Okay, so a lot of Nigerians and Ghanaians and Jamaicans live in the UK. A lot of Ghanaians and Nigerians and people from the African continent live in other parts of the European nations, like Luxembourg. You have Denmark, Holland, Italy, Spain, France. There's a huge influx of people from the African continent and the African diaspora. Okay, case in point, my aunt lives in France. She has 3 kids. My cousins live in France. 2 out of the 3 siblings, my cousins, are married to white people. All right. My other cousin married a mixed race person. None of them married a Haitian person. The mixed race person was like black and, I don't know, she's white and some kind of African something or other, okay? None of them married Haitian. My other 2 cousins that live in Europe, they were born and raised in Switzerland. One married a Filipino. My other cousin, I haven't seen him I haven't seen his wife, but I know she's not Haitian. I think I heard she was mixed race. And my aunt told my mother that this is the norm here. This is the norm. You are in the United States, I am more likely to marry first my own kind, which I did, Haitian, or you're more likely to marry your own race within the black culture. Those are the odds for me. Over there, your odds very listen, it's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot. There are many, many black people married to other races, and it's not as, sorry to say, racist. Yes, it still exists there, but it's more accepting. And you have hella mixed race people from going from way back when. Sure, Dame Shirley Bassey, isn't she mixed race? Look at the people from the show Bridgerton. The queen who played Queen Charlotte, she's mixed race. A lot of the people are mixed race. And a lot of those people who are mixed race marry, a lot of them tend to marry white. So this is the environment that James and Fuhad this is the environment they're used to. They're not used to how I described Atlanta. They're not used to that aesthetic. The beauty standards here, they're just not used to it. Look at the actor, I think he played Martin Luther King. He's not even American. He's British by way of Ghana or Nigerian. Hold on, let me look him up real quick. Okay, so see here, we have David Oyelowo, right? He played Martin Luther King in that movie. What was the name of that movie? Selma? Yeah. So he played MLK in Selma. And look, and he's a black Brit. He is British. And look, this is his wife, right? Okay. Now we have Reg Jean Page. Hold on, let me share. Give me a second. Okay, if y'all know Reg Jean Page, he was from oh my god, I'm drawing a freaking blank. From the popular show on Netflix, Bridgerton, right? He was in the first season and he was feeling himself and didn't come back the next season, and now he's fallen off a little bit. This is his girlfriend. Okay. He's also British, European. That's his girlfriend. All right. Now, next we have Omar Sy or Omar Sy, who is a French actor by way of, I think, Senegal, I want to say. And he is popular for his role in Lupin. Lupin, it's a good show on Netflix. And look at his wife. All right. There you go. Okay. Now we have David Harewood. If you guys don't know David Harewood, a lot of people did not know that he is European. He is. I think he's European by way of Jamaica, I believe. And that's his wife. What show was he on? I forgot what show he's on. Homeland. Yes. Very good show. Look at his wife, right? These are all Brits or people from Europe, okay? Then we have Naomi Harris. I forgot what she's acted in. But look, Naomi Harris goes sightseeing with Davor Tomek after attending his sister's wedding. Okay. You don't attend someone's sister's wedding unless you guys are involved, but there she is. Okay. She's a black Brit. All right. And now next we have Chiwetel Okafor. A lot of people, oh God, I hate these. A lot of people didn't know that he is British, but he is. Chiwetel Ejiofor et sa femme au titre 2013. Okay, so that's in French. You're just saying Chiwetel with his wife or woman or girlfriend. I think they've since split up, but nonetheless, this was his woman. Okay. He was in 12 Years a Slave. Yep. A lot of people didn't know that he's British. But yes, he is. So listen, back to the story at hand. I'm not surprised. A lot of people are in uproar. Listen, as American blacks, we have to understand all blacks are not a monolith across the world. We are not a monolith. We're exposed to different things. What we are used to here in the States, the aesthetic, the beauty standards, when I tell you it's totally different in other countries, in other continents. All right. Like I said, we mostly stick to our own here, where over there, it is truly one huge melting pot of different cultures, different races, different types of European. It's just different, all right? So please let me know. Tell me what you think down in the comments. Do they lose your support? Are you surprised? If you are a fan, will you stop following them? Listen, I'm not ever even a big huge fan of people. I just will, if their clips come up, I just watch it. I don't think I'll stop watching because some of their content is funny as hell, but it's not like I'm like, "Oh, I will never watch them again." No, like give me a break. We're having the problem here too in the States. A lot of black men are just not into black women now in the States. Look, you have these passport bros who are just, you know, are just praising women of other cultures, going to other countries, right? And I call it passport bro tourism. But the sad part of that about that is a lot of these women are just taking these men for granted. They are clocking the thirst and desperation at the from these passport bros, and a lot of them are ending up dead. Have y'all seen that in Colombia and all these other countries? Like that, and that's a whole other topic for a whole other day. So please, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, all right, let's keep the melting pot melting.